Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today's another episode of Odd Games, and this is an Atari 2600 game, and it's called Pigs in Space. Just the name is enough that sold me on this one. Pigs in Space. I mean, that's just hilarious. Starring Miss Piggy. So this is obviously from the Muppets. You can actually see in the corner there, right about there. You got Kermit the Frog. It says the Muppets. 1986 Atari Corp. Yeah, I mean this is interesting. It's one of those games I never heard of, and you know, just when I was younger, obviously, and then I found out about this game, and I ended up picking it up in a lot of other games. So I didn't really spend any time playing too much of it. I've seen video clips on it. It's a mishmash of a bunch of different games. Kind of interesting, kind of weird. So that's why I thought I'd do it on an odd games type of episode, because I mean, just the name Pigs in Space, like, why are the Muppets in space? What are they doing? And, you know, how did they make an Atari game out of this? So, I'm going to put this in to the Atari 2600, and we're going to check out Pigs in Space. Okay, so we got Pigs in Space. 1983 Atari. 1983, huh? Okay. Yeah. So let's start this game. Player 1. So it gives you this like secondary screen here which just says Pigs in Space, and then you got the 3 different characters. Yeah, my memory of these characters, I don't know who these are, but I'm sure someone will pick it up. So now we got this, like, I picked the first character, and it's Space Invaders clone, but they look like chickens or something, or hens, and then I got this floating, or this UFO gonzo head thing going across the screen. I mean, overall it just seems like it's Space Invaders, but it's missing those little shields. See what happens if I can get the, oh, and then I just got hit and some big chicken thing took me away. Oh, so when you hit him, he doesn't blow up. He just kind of flies out of the screen there. And he's shooting something out of his finger. That's weird. He's just like, there's no gun or anything there. That's just his hand. But I mean, ultimately, it's playing like Space Invaders. Just like Space Invaders, once you get to the last one, I guess you have to kill that thing too. There we go. Bonus, player 1. Then it goes back to this screen. So then it wants you to pick a different game, or you can, I guess, pick the same game. Let's go on to the second one. I'm assuming this is like Miss Piggy, or whatever her name is. These are like floating meatballs and some crazy spaghetti-looking noodles. Yeah, I guess you're in space, but, yeah, they're probably asteroids and something else, but looks like my spaceship just got away on me. I think you're just supposed to get up to the top as fast as possible, get to the mothership up there, and take Miss Piggy away. Then it keeps going back to this screen, so you can keep playing again. Try and build up the higher score. Love how you just hit something, it just flickers you all the way back. There's a few games like this, I mean, kind of like Freeway on Atari, I guess. Or actually, some of those other games, wow, what are they called? Ew. So this is a different type of level. You're in this like funny looking spaceship thing, and you shoot your bombs or whatever they are, missiles, like kind of in a U shape. It's interesting. It's different. I've never played a game like that where your missiles kind of go up and then come back down like that. And that's the way you have to catch these things. Game over. Oh. Let's try this again. Yeah, I think that the point of this is just to get up to the top. Try and kill these gonzo looking dudes. Whoa. Why does your ship do that? That's so weird. kind of challenging, actually. I mean, the other one was just really just Space Invaders. And the second one was, you know, just running through a field of, I guess, space meatballs. This one actually has a challenge to it. Whoa. It's like every time you hit the wall, something happens. There, I got him. Whoa. It's funny, everything's like against you in this game. I think it depends on where you're situated. It's a strange strategy, actually. Rather than just having the thing shoot left and right, to actually have to like go up and then come back down. What the heck are they shooting at me anyways? There we go. Whoa. A little harder than it looks. It's weird too, you kind of go up fast when you push up, and then when you stop pushing up, it just kind of goes back to that gradual state. Oh. I've just got blown up again. Yeah, this is definitely a weird game. Not bad though. I mean, you get 3 games in one. I guess that's something, you know, in Atari age. That's kind of something. Yeah, so that was pretty odd. I mean, this game is weird. You got your characters from the Muppets. I don't even know all the Muppets. Like, I recognize Gonzo. Probably from watching the Muppet Babies more than watching the actual Muppets. I never really got into the Muppets when I was a kid. I probably watched, like, you know, because I watched Sesame Street, I got to know some of the characters, you know, as a little kid, but I didn't actually watch the Muppet Show. I've watched, like, Muppet Babies when it came out in, like, what, 86, 87? I don't know when it came out. So I kind of like that show, but I mean, a lot of these Muppets I wasn't too familiar with. But that being said, I mean, this game's kind of interesting at the same time. I mean, the fact that it had these 3 little mini games that you can kind of play on one cartridge, I'm sure that was a little bit different back then. Usually you would get an Atari game, it would just be the one on there. And the fact that the first one is pretty much a Space Invaders clone. Mind you, it's not as complicated as the real Space Invaders. It doesn't have all the different settings. The actual Space Invaders on the Atari, it's got all these different kinds of settings, so you can change it so the shields move, you can change it so the invaders are invisible. Like, there's all these different ways of playing Space Invaders. So this was just a really, really watered down, simple Space Invaders clone. And that little Gonzo ship that would fly through the screen, that was pretty funny looking. And when you shot it, it didn't necessarily blow up, it would just spin out of the screen. So I guess they kind of were gearing this for kids, so they didn't want to have too much, you know, I guess, violence. I don't know. And then, you know, playing Miss Piggy, which looked like Miss Piggy, on that second game, it was kind of neat, kind of weird. Just trying to, like, kind of like Freeway, like I said, you know, in the Atari Freeway, where you're just trying to get a chicken across the road. This is kind of the same idea. Only difference was you actually can move. Like, in Freeway, you just go up or down. In this game, you were actually able to, like, weave around. There's a few games that are like that. And you're trying to get up to that ship, obviously, so your target's kind of moving. So if it gets off the screen, too bad. That was kind of neat. Very simple, though. I mean, very, very simple games. Like I said, I think these were geared for kids, so they didn't want to make them too difficult. The third one, though, now that was difficult. I don't know why it was difficult. It was just weird for me to be able to shoot in this kind of boomerangs fashion. You know, your bullet goes up and it kind of does a U-ey, and it kind of comes down. Like, that's just weird. Especially if you're supposed to be in, like, some space cavern or something. Like, that's kind of odd. And if, you know, you're in space, chances are gravity isn't going to affect the bullet. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. It's a weird game. I found that third game to be a little bit challenging, though. That one I would actually have fun playing. The other two, not so much. They were kind of meh. Playing like a Space Invader clone, whatever. And, that second one, it just seemed too simple. But it was weird seeing the meatballs and spaghetti-looking things flying across the screen. What are they doing in space? Part of the weirdness, I guess. But yeah, that's Pigs in Space on the Atari 2600. Kind of an odd title. It's weird. I'm glad I picked it up, though, because it's just one of those fun games. You slap it in your Atari, you just have fun. Anyways, let me know what you think about either one of these levels. Have you ever played this game before? What'd you think of the look of it, the graphics? Do you know all the characters? I really don't. And yeah, I'd like to hear you in the chat below. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.